And why it's supply-side economics for the working man is because we look at the competitive environment our manufacturers and processors have to compete with. And they're not just competing with other manufacturers in this country. Unlike most other businesses, they're competing with China, with Mexico, with India, and a whole host of other countries who want our jobs here in America. That's not what the local retailer, the local restaurant, the local dry cleaner, the local accountant, they don't have to compete against international competition. But manufacturers do. And so when we look at that, you say, well, we should treat, all businesses the same. Well, all businesses don't have the same competitive forces against them. And so why don't we look at what the competitive forces are and develop policy that allows our manufacturer, which is so vitally important, first for national security. We've got an increasingly hostile world, and thanks in part to this president. But an increasingly hostile world, and the more and more things that are made in countries that, well, let's just say aren't necessarily our best friends. Particularly a lot of very key components to a lot of our electronics and other things that we need to operate things in America, the more vulnerable we are. And we've made it uncompetitive to make those things here in this country. So it's a national security issue. It's an issue about, as I mentioned before, folks who may not have all of the skills, but have the desire and willingness to work and to upgrade their skills and rise. This is an opportunity for them through manufacturing, as it has been historically in this country, to be able to get that job, acquire skills, upgrade those skills, move up the chain. Manufacturing does that better than almost any place else. And then finally, it's very key for small town and rural America. Small town and rural America, almost every small town in America started because there was a manufacturing plant or a mill or a processing plant, whether it was processing minerals or grains. That was the essence of small town America. And when we saw the workforce in America go from 21% involved in manufacturing down to 9%, guess what happened? Small town and rural America took it on the chin. And we continue to see it today. Yet if you look at the map of this country, and you look at where the conservative values are, the values that we share here, the values that made this country this unique, shining city on a hill. Well, it's in those areas that's losing populations because, well, the opportunity just isn't there like it was before. We want to rebuild the heart and soul of America. We have to rebuild small town America, which means we have to give them an opportunity to compete on a level playing field. That's why I take the corporate tax from 35% and I zero it out for manufacturers and processors to get those jobs back into small town America. And have folks who are blue collar being able to work in this country. I'm very proud of the fact someone did one of these news agencies did this analysis of all the different counties so far in this race. Now that was last week. I don't know about the race in Washington over the weekend. But prior to that race, of all the races, we won 60% of all the counties so far. So our message is resonating around small town and rural America, the heartland of this country, the backbone of this country. We're going to continue to go out and get that message out and work it very, very hard. In addition to that, energy. We have to have an energy policy that's different than the president's two-letter energy policy. N-O. Right.